So I'm kind of interested in the idea that if they do exist, that we could make a gradual introduction um, to them, and that's a big if. I mean, they may not exist at all. I mean, um, although I would say that the sightings and things that people are seeing would indicate, it's us or them. But when you look at technology, also, um, you have to think about like Hedy Lamarr and cell phone technology, how it's used for cell phone technology today, and we use it everywhere, all over the world. But at the time that she released her ideas and those of her friend to the U.S. government, they didn't immediately find a practical use for it. And then, if you watch a documentary about Hedy Lamarr, you can see all of this. The original design was to use hopping frequencies in order to use a torpedo that could not be disrupted or jammed. Uh, you know, by what do you call that? Automation. I don't know. Remote control. There's the word. Holy crap. So blonde. But anyway, yeah, you look at that and you look how long that it took for that technology to be viable, and the gradual disruption that it caused, with regular technologies that were being used to communicate, like landlines and things like that. It's a gradual introduction. It gives everybody a chance to apply it and find their niche so the world doesn't go crazy and upside down. But the other fascinating thing to me is the idea of like alien hybrids and stuff, which I think it's a little bizarre to me because I'm having a hard time finding the motivation to do it. Although understanding genetics and that, as we do now, just in the last couple of years, you could see it's quite probable you could create hybrids and things like that. I mean, for all we know, the chupacabra might be their loose dog that got out and is eating all the goats, which would be highly irresponsible. But it could happen. You could have a rogue animal escape from an alien ship. But that's all conjecture, total conjecture. But the probability, the possibility is right there that, there are a lot of things that a technology that's way far more advanced than us could achieve. And we are on the cusp of some of those interesting achievements, and they always come with moral questions and potential consequences. But we understand the human genome and the Neanderthal genome and the Denisovan genome, and we use genomes to identify plants' relationships to each other that previously were identified just by hypothesis. So it's pretty fascinating. I think we'll learn a lot more as we go along in our history and our technology and our science. But so just saying that is to say this: it's a fascinating subject. I am not a naysayer to anyone. I would never discount anyone's, testimony of anything. But, I certainly am not going to discount, the witnessing of several people. I mean, it'd be amazing for people across a whole state to have a mass delusion,